joining us right here on the show today is Anissa Damaili. How you doing today?
Hello, I'm super fine. Thank you, Kayden. Nice to be with you guys. I'm wonderful because the sun is shining here in Switzerland. So
That's incredible.
eh,
How's the weather? Like I know it's sunny in Switzerland right now, but what's the weather looking like for you?
like it's kind of, spring, everything is blooming and it's colorful and just the way I like it, lots of colors like in music. And yeah, I've got some friends upstairs and it's great that we can just like fly over on that new generation level Zoom meeting and having a fire having in the garden, which is wonderful. The weather is great. Blue sky, and some nice sun in between.
Well, there you go. That's the best you could get right there.
Definitely. Switzerland is quite a cold place, It's not, I'm
hmm
not sure. Nashville is probably, how is that? You got some snow over there?
Um,
No.
Here where I
Not
am in
really, no.
Massachusetts currently, because I go back and forth from Nashville to Massachusetts. Right now there's no snow. I am actually really liking the weather right now. It is like it's like 75 degrees outside, so
How much?
75 degrees Fahrenheit.
75. Did you say 75?
Yes, yes.
Wow. I mean, we just go up to 29 today. 37 is the max. Wow. That's a lot. The sun is shining.
Definitely. So let's get started by getting to know you a little bit and tell us how you got started in music.
Well, music for me was, it's actually my second language, and I started, you know, like with 6 years old. I mean, I got sent by the kindergarten teacher to a choral class, and obviously I wanted to be like Tina Turner and not do la 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 la. So it was kind of no, but I started quite early with that path, and for me it was also always in first place a therapy for me too, like singing is just something that feels good and makes me happy. It's the way I can express myself. So it was kind of like being quite quickly my second language. Yeah.
That's
But my first,
amazing. So you have a song that I'd like to talk about today, and that song is a very interesting title. It's called Life on Mars. Tell us more about it.
well, I think I don't have to. I mean, it's not my song, it's David Bowie's song. And for me, he's one of the biggest visionary, uh, um, yeah, human beings I can imagine even now these days, regarding, all our little machines in our hands. And life on Mars these days, I think today even more, it's kind of like, yeah, it was just like the right time that I listened to it. And, me and my producer, we kind of clearly knew, let's spread the word, let's have first a good life here on planet Earth, which is made for us. And I kind of like think it matches our time. And it says a lot. I mean, the lyrics itself and David Bowie, I think, brings it always to the point. And yeah, it's kind of a mirror of society too in the same time. I'm not going to say any names like, but let's have a good life here first before we go on Mars. I mean, of course, I want to visit there. I don't think it's necessary. This place is perfectly built for us. We have water, we have our beautiful planet. It's done for us, oxygen, etc.
Definitely, for sure. So, if you had the opportunity to collaborate with any artist, whether they're with us today or not, who would you collaborate with and why would you collaborate with them?
Also, yeah, David Bowie, because he's a visionary, and I also feel sometimes a bit like he feels like a father in music to me because I'm always a bit in like I've like I'm kind of 2 3 years ahead. Things come like I remember I started with bossa nova and Brazil music. And I was like, no, and then suddenly it came. So I'm always a bit, ahead. But there are many great. I mean, I have to be honest. Freddie Mercury, in sense of even jazz. We have a lot in common in sense of like musical styles, and obviously I'm coming from jazz. I'm not having his rock amount of voice. I think each artist has its style, but I just like very authentic artists. And I think these days, look, I can tell when I was your man,
Yes.
Bruno Mars, baby.
Yeah. Oh,
Of
yes.
course. He's great.
He sure is. He's one of the greats for sure.
Yeah, but there are many. there are many I think it's just like I think back in time, I grew up with listening to David Bowie, the Beatles, Freddie Mercury, and yeah, Madonna. And that's it actually, So I mean kind of got much influence by them. And all the jazz singers, obviously, but they're not like, yeah, particularly today, I would say Bruno Mars, yeah.
Definitely. So if people want to learn more about you and your music, where can they find more information about you?
Yeah, definitely on Spotify, you just go ahead, Anissa Damaili, and you can hear all my, like, I'm really like colorful musical butcher you get there. But yeah, so that's it. Spotify, you can get a lot of music for sure. And you can find me on Instagram, Anissa Damaili Music.
That's exciting. So what's coming up next for you? Do you have any upcoming singles, maybe a tour coming on? Tell us more about what's next for you.
Yeah, actually, we're planning a tour in Brazil
Okay.
because I almost lived there a decade. And yeah, hopefully coming to Nashville too. I want to see you guys live on stage, spread some energies. And yeah, so I'm going to play now the 9th. We do actually have the release now next Friday, now in a week. And I'm looking super forward because we have brand new songs. Live on Mars, of course, it's the headliner of that show, of the tour You Will Be Leaving just came out right now. And yeah, we're going from there. Many new surprises for sure. So we're having like a single coming out next month and yeah, a little EP. Some surprises are on the way for sure.
And finally, Anissa, is there anything that I forgot to mention that you would like to mention before we go today?
You know what? I think just these days would be so nice. I've just mentioned Spotify. I'm a really a vinyl lady still, and I think now we just have to go a bit back and spend a bit more time for ourselves, for music, have also listened to the lyrics. I mean, as I said, I grew up listening a song from the beginning to the end, and I think these days we kind of scroll through and everything is very fast. And I think we have to slow down. And yeah, that's how I feel. And I would even say since the pandemic, like many things changed. And yeah, we just have to give ourselves time and, one for each other too. And don't think that we miss something out and just like, dive in into the moment. And the moment is also music. That's where we can create music. I could cry now, but that's between the lines. And that's how I want to touch people. And yeah, I really hope to see you coming to my shows and looking super forward. Spread the word with you.
Awesome. Definitely. Anissa, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the Kayden Gordon Show. Today's Best Country Mix. We always appreciate your time. And when you got something new to chat with us about, let us know.
Thank you, Kayden, for the invitation. And thank you, folks in Nashville. Looking forward to see you soon. Go out and check out Anissa Damali. Mwah.